Porsche Penske Motorsport secured a fantastic result at Sebring. Following an impressive first race at Daytona, where they won overall for the second year in succession, the team has now won another iconic endurance race in North America, the 12 Hours of Sebring, with both of the team's cars finishing in first and second position overall, which is an uncommon result for a race as competitive as this one. But how exactly did Porsche achieve this result? Well, I'll be breaking down all the details in this video on how Porsche Penske Motorsport secured a dominant 1-2 finish at Sebring in 2025. Like I mentioned, Porsche Penske had a brilliant start to this IMSA season, with major success obtained. This was because of the double podium finish at the Rolex 24 at Daytona, which included a win for the number 7 Porsche, with drivers Felipe Nasr, Nick Tandy, and Lawrence Vanthoor piloting the car to victory lane. Porsche's result of the race also meant that they would win back-to-back victories at Daytona, as they also won the event in 2024, and this marked a 20th overall victory at the Speedway for Porsche to celebrate as well. Traditionally though, Sebring hasn't been kind to the German mark. Heading into this event, despite Porsche winning 18 times in the past, they hadn't won here in 17 years, although they did get close. Looking to the 2023 race in particular, Porsche led the event in the final hour and looked good to win, with the 963 having its best race yet. But drama would strike, as both of the factory cars were involved in the multi-car chaos which took both of the entries out of the race, and they and their rivals Wayne Taylor Racing and Acura lost out on the win to the Whelen Cadillac team. Heading into Sebring this year though, Porsche Penske were leading all 3 of the GTP championships, and in 2025, they were looking to finally take success at the iconic North American endurance race with the 963. Although it's worth mentioning that they were coming off of a very difficult race in the WEC at Qatar, where they only secured a single point, after both the factory LMDH cars were affected by the balance of performance for that championship, and they struggled to best the likes of Ferrari, Cadillac, and BMW in the race. However, Porsche Penske Motorsport came to Sebring looking to return to the top step of the podium, and for the second round of the IMSA season, things were looking very good so far. While they did miss out to BMW and Dries Vanthoor's number 24 M Hybrid V8, Porsche Penske would still line up with both of their cars on the second row of the grid. At the beginning, the factory cars maintained 3rd and 4th, and a few corners later in the first lap, Felipe Nasr got the number 7 car into 2nd, ahead of Blomqvist in the number 60 Acura from Meyershank Racing. And later on, during a safety car restart, Mathieu Jaminet got the number 6 car ahead of the Acura 2. So far, the German auto manufacturer was showing great pace with the 2 factory cars, and Porsche also benefited from the drive-through penalty for the pole-sitting number 24 BMW, which dropped it far behind the leading positions. Porsche would therefore take over the top 2 spots in GTP, with their main competition thus far in the race coming from the 2 Acuras from Meyershank Racing, which were in 3rd and 4th respectively. As the event progressed though, some different strategies elevated Porsche Penske's rival, the number 31 Whelen Cadillac, into race-winning contention, and throughout the event, Porsche's main competition for the win was not only from the Acuras, but from the red Cadillac as well, while the number 25 BMW also became a threat for the win too. Now to be clear, it wasn't just the factory Penske 963s that were showing some very decent pace here at Sebring, as with around 8 hours to go, you could see that Nico Pino especially was flying aboard the number 5 Mustang sampling Porsche from Proton competition, as he even got the car ahead of Matt Campbell in the number 6 factory Porsche for 5th, and then he moved the entry into 4th ahead of the 25 BMW of Robin Freitz. However, unlike the 2 factory Penske entries, the 2 customer Porsche 963s from Proton Competition and JDC Miller Motorsports had their share of issues, with the number 5 Porsche having a tire puncture later on, and the number 85 JDC Miller Porsche needing its rotor changed. After Cadillac had been out in front for quite a while with the Whelen engineering car, halfway through the race, Felipe Nasr retook the lead for the factory Porsche Penske team, with an overtake around the outside of Earl Bamber's Cadillac, to move the number 7 car into first place once more. As the race progressed towards the nighttime hours, it would be the number 7 Porsche and the number 31 Whelen Cadillac swapping positions on a consistent basis for the race lead. And with precisely 2 hours and 6 minutes to go, the final move for the lead happened. With Frederick Vesti out in front for Action Express, Nick Tandy made a bold overtake to the inside of the Cadillac at Sunset Bend, to put the number 7 car permanently in first place. With the number 31 Cadillac V-Series R basically no longer in contention for the win, with an hour remaining, Porsche's only threat was the number 93 Meyershank Racing Acura, as the ARX-06 driver Nick Yololi was putting pressure on the number 6 Porsche ahead, and if he got past, there was a possibility that he would challenge Nasr for the overall win, which was something that happened last race when Yololi's teammate Tom Blomqvist in the number 60 Acura was challenging Nasr for the win at Daytona. Thankfully though, the number 6 car with Mathieu Jaminet on board held on to second overall, which meant that Nick Yololi in the number 93 Acura had to settle for third. This therefore resulted in the number 7 car crossing the line in first place, with Felipe Nasr being the driver to deliver Porsche Penske Motorsport to victory lane at the 12 Hours of Sebring in 2025. Meanwhile, Mathieu Jaminet would bring the number 6 car home in second place, to complete a Porsche 1-2 overall on the bumpy racecourse. The number 7 Porsche and its drivers Felipe Nasr, Nick Tandy, and Lawrence Vanthoor would claim back-to-back wins at Daytona and Sebring, which allowed Porsche Penske to secure their 19th and first win at Sebring since 2008, when the bright yellow number 7 RS Spider with drivers Timo Bernard, Romain Dumas, and Emmanuel Collard took the win and secured a 1-2 result for the LMP2 Porsches at Sebring. Meanwhile, Nick Tandy continues to make history with his self-proclaimed Tandy Slam, as he now is the only driver in history to win the Big 6 endurance races out there, as he has now won Le Mans, Daytona, Nürburgring, Spa, Petit Le Mans, and Sebring overall. Tandy is also the first driver to win the Triple Crown of endurance racing in 15 years, with his wins of Le Mans, Daytona, and Sebring, with Timo Bernard being the last driver to achieve this result. Porsche Penske Motorsport and their Sebring winning drivers also have an exclusive opportunity to secure the Triple Crown of endurance racing all in the same year, if they win the 24 Hours of Le Mans later this year. This result for Porsche Penske Motorsport in 2025 also marked the first 1-2 overall result at Sebring for a team since Audi Sport Team Jost took victory in 2013 at the event, with the iconic R18 e-tron Quattro. So that was a breakdown of how Porsche Penske Motorsport secured victory and a 1-2 result at the 12 Hours of Sebring in 2025. What did you think about the German manufacturer taking their 19th overall win at this event? Well, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments below. For those interested in endurance racing, I suggest subscribing if you haven't already, because I provide consistent updates on everything WEC, IMSA, and Intercontinental GT. For more videos to watch, check out the options displayed on screen. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.